Oh, it's me. It's DDP Diamond Dallas Page.
This is Rachel Ellering, the queen of strong smile.
I'm Eric Bischoff.
Live events, all right? When the WWE comes on the holiday tour, when they come to Ireland.
Or Davy Boy without hair braids.
As a fan with braids, as his daughter without braids.
And you
are watching
WrestleSlam.
WrestleSlam. That's a good thing. Bang!
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the WrestleSlam podcast. This one is especially dedicated to AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view. It went down this Sunday. It was excellent pay-per-view, in my opinion. I loved everything about it. So we're just going to run through the card and see what everybody thought of each match individually, and we can talk a bit more about AEW's future after that and all the big surprises that happened.
Yeah, just before we start, I actually thought it was the most fun I've had watching a show in a long time.
Yeah, really excited. I was really excited for the whole pay-per-view, you know, and it actually lived up to expectations. There was no like big, some pay-per-views have a bad ending or something, you know, people talking bad about it. There was nothing like that. Everybody loved it.
It was WrestleMania type feel to it.
Yeah, I think one thing about AEW likes doing, I think I mentioned this in the last episode, is because that it's not every month we're going to get a pay-per-view. I think because they have so much time to really plan out how to make a pay-per-view, how to make a proper wrestling pay-per-view. So beforehand, I tried not to get my hopes up, but when I saw it, I actually enjoyed every bit of it. I think I'm with everyone here. It was like, that's going to be a great pay-per-view. So fantastic watch.
Yeah. So we start with the pre-show. It was Serena Deeb against Rio. Excellent match to start off. Just a pre-show match. You know, it definitely belonged on the main show. As far as
what I liked about this match is that there was no, before the match started, there was no like face or heel, but they made sure that like Serena Deeb acted heel. It just added more to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm ashamed, like, because it was a title match. You know, it was NWA title. I thought they may have got up on the main card.
Like, put Cody Rhodes on the main card, but we'll talk about that later.
All right, yeah, we can go into the main card. So Adam Page against the Machine Brian Cage. For me personally, I thought it was the match of the night. But what do you guys think?
Outstanding. Shame that didn't went first, because I think Mox and things should have went on first. But that match was absolutely outstanding, and the storytelling was unbelievable.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, lads. I think Brian Cage and Hangman Page was kind of my least excitable match. I was looking forward to watching the pay-per-view. So I thought it was like a random, put together. But when I got to know about more of the story and I actually saw the match, I thought it was like well put together. Yeah. Especially. I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen with on Friday about the aftermath. About, are we actually going to see Brian Cage turning full face, and what more they're going to do with Hangman Page? Because but like Adam Page, you can fit him in with any storyline. He fit in so well. So I actually, because I had my low expectation about this match, that kind of made it better for me. So
outstanding match.
Yeah, they told a great story. Like Page is unbelievable. Like, he's definitely on the way. Adam Page definitely needs to be fighting Omega in the future at some stage. Like that needs to be told.
He should be the guy to dethrone him.
I think we were going to mention this later on, but I think because of the crowd, I think that really makes this, because we said this a lot of times, the crowd makes the matches, and I think even if it wasn't the best match, the crowd will still be on their side. That'll be like the main thing, so I definitely enjoy that one.
It protected Brian Cage as well. Like, he lost because of distraction, because his own team distracted it, so it kind of protects him. So definitely I could see him against Will Hobbs in the future in a big blow-off match. We can go straight into the Young Bucks and Moxley. Epic match. It went over 20 minutes, bell to bell without the actual stuff at the start. So it went on a while, but it was great.
It was really, really good. The only gripe I have about it, and they seem to do this all the time, they forget to tag in and out.
Yeah, I actually noticed this as well. Personally, because I famously said this in the podcast, is I always love a good tag team, and I think AEW knows how to put on great tag team matches. I know that some people might think John Moxley and Eddie Kingston is just a random pairing, but if you know their history, you know that they do so well. I was kind of pulling for John Moxley and Eddie Kingston. I know it's like a random build up together, and the Young Bucks is definitely one of the best tag teams we have today. But I kind of like to see like people to know more about Eddie Kingston as a champion. We all know who John Moxley is, but I think that's the reason I like to see the tag belts on him. But I like seeing Young Bucks win this anyway, because again, they are the best tag team we have in wrestling today. I said it, had to be said. Sorry about this now, lads.
Sorry.
But it's like they are brilliant at the minute. Like they're bringing up everybody's game. Like he's so, Eddie Kingston, like the pop he got, he never got a pop like that in his whole career.
I think they should stick with that team because they actually have so much chemistry.
Oh, they can't drop Wild Things now. Wild Things is there. They can't get rid of that. That's for both of them.
And it'll be good for Moxley to, just a league break from the world title picture at the moment. Like, similar to Chris Jericho break. So that's it.
But yeah, no.
Yeah, so we'll jump into the Battle Royal. Battle Royals are Battle Royals. Like you know what way they're going to go. There was a lot of stuff going on in this match. There was a lot of eliminations. I'm not sure if they're all meant to happen the way they happened, but overall, what did you think of Jungle Boy winning it?
Amazing. He's like his song is so like people just want to have fun with it. But I thought Cage might win it, but I'm so happy that Jungle Boy won.
Yeah, I'm the same. Not because like I'm a Christian Cage fan. It's just I thought Christian Cage was actually going to win this one. I thought, Cage is going to win this one easily. But I'm delighted that they actually kind of like teased it with having him as the final fella with Jungle Boy. So I'm delighted to see Jungle Boy winning this. So all in all, great Battle Royale. I know that people might think, it's just a random eliminations. To me, that's what makes a great Battle Royale. So fair play to leave it up.
What did you think of Leo Rush, Jar?
It was supposed to be a big surprise. Like, it was a surprise him being there. Obviously, we said it before in previous episodes that if they have a big surprise and it's somebody like Daniel Bryan, it's going to overshadow the rest of the pay-per-view. So I think he was in around that level where he was big enough not to overshadow the next match or anybody else on the card.
Yeah.
Whether he's going to stick around, I don't know.
Yeah. I think they were saying he's working a handshake deal or something.
Yeah, well, he's MLW, and they have some sort of agreement with WWE as well, don't they? So Jungle Boy is expected to fight in 2 weeks' time. His title match against Omega.
It'll be amazing, but he won't win.
Yeah, it's. I think it's a bit shame that they're giving it away so quickly. 2 weeks later, I thought they might hold off or, let him cash in whenever he wants to.
Yeah. I always thought because Jungle Boy does have a good fan base behind him, and AEW tends to do this. If you have a good fan base, they'll use you the best they can. So even if he loses against Kenny Omega, it will make him look strong in some way.
So lovable, he's just you want.
Absolutely. But as they're a young crowd as well, everybody's saying they're only booking all these older guys and ex-WWE guys in title pictures. But when you look at Darby Allin and Jungle Boy and even the Varsity Blondes now, you can see them getting pushed to the moon after the pop they got. They have young talent there that they can build a company around for years to come.
Yeah,
that's exactly what WWE are lacking right now.
Oh, don't even talk to me.
Speaking
of younger talent, sorry, Matt, go ahead.
I just said we're mentioning that company. We only have AEW. What's going on? Open door.
Sorry. Younger talent, Nightmare, or the American Dream, as he was called, Cody Rhodes defeating Anthony Ogogo. What did you make of that?
I thought Ogogo tried his hardest, but Cody just didn't try at all. It was a very weird match. It was a very strange one.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I tend to do this at sometimes, but I didn't really follow the rivalry. I just got the vibe that it was it was England versus America, all American versus the British villain. Part of me I just actually went with Anthony Ogogo, to be honest, because I know that Cody Rhodes is making himself like the guy of AEW, but if he loses in this one on a major pay-per-view, this would be entitled for a bigger rivalry for him and Anthony Ogogo down the line. So kind of think it's a weird match, but I just hope that they don't like toss. It'd be rare for AEW to do this, but I hope they don't toss Anthony Ogogo like aside somewhere and be like, all right, Cody's still the big fella. See ya, Anthony.
I was talking to my brother about this, and I think we were saying that Anthony Ogogo is just not likable. You know, he's just not that kind of guy you'd want to get behind.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. He's still green. Like he's been around that long, you know. So give him time. Like it probably was the right call not to have him beat Cody in a big match. Yeah, maybe it was the wrong call to even have him in a match against Cody. Like QT Marshall and Cody should have had a big blow off pay-per-view match instead of what they did end up having. Like
100%.
Well, maybe down the line they'll have a faction versus faction feud or something.
I can see it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's just a shame because Cody usually delivers.
Yeah, like it wasn't a bad match. It just didn't do anything because kind of when Ogogo got a lot of offense and he hit that frog splash. It was pretty impressive. It was like 100% spot on. Like, but it was just there. It was there.
Yeah,
it wasn't the worst.
Are we all agreeing that it's a great pay-per-view, but unfortunately this was the match that kind of not drained, but wasn't the best one of the card.
Yeah, pretty much. Moving on, Miro, Lance Archer, another big battle between two big men. What did you think?
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't brilliant.
I knew off the bat, like I think because I was fanboying over Miro in the last podcast, and I stand by it. But I should have knew that. I think some of us knew that this was going to be a straight up, because if he's this match and lose the TNT title, we will soon. So we knew that Miro was going to win, but at least it was a good two big guys taking on each other, like slam kind of way. So I'm sure it's anyway. Mine is humbling.
What did you think of it, Jar?
It was okay match. Again, they kind of protected Archer at the end by having him pass out. A lot of people, you see that a lot of times nowadays where they're just on protecting people and you just want them to pass out as opposed to tapping out.
Yeah.
But I don't know where Archer goes from here, really. Like, cause,
that's it. Like, yeah,
he's such a natural talent.
He's so good. Yeah.
I
maybe
I'm not being bad, but there would be times I would see Lance Archer be like, "Oh, you're still around. What's happening?" So it's good to see him being used in like a major match on a pay-per-view. Like, so to be fair,
age as well. Like he's like 45. So
is he a better heel? Should he be a heel?
I think so. Yeah.
He was brilliant as a heel. Like.
Yeah.
And Jake Roberts was doing great for him as a heel, but as a face, Jake's never, he's been a face before, but he's a natural heel as well. Like, he shouldn't be a face manager.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Moving on, probably maybe second or third best match of the night. Britt Baker finally getting that championship. What did you make of that, Matt?
Outstanding.
Yeah.
They got like 20 minutes, something like 20 minutes. There was a time where I actually thought Shida was going to win, which is always good, even though I knew she wouldn't.
Yeah.
If Shida was going to win, it will be not full on riot, but there'll be like so much complaint saying that Britt Baker should have won because, to me, she did carry the entire women's division of AEW on her back.
Yeah.
So it was good to see that she finally won the big one, and I'm also glad that it wasn't Britt Baker gave like 90% of the match and she showed up dominant. There was so many close calls with Shira as well. And I thought that's what makes the match amazing, that the close calls, you kind of knew who's going to win already, but you're kind of like doubting a bit. So I definitely enjoyed it. Definitely one of the best matches in this division we had in a good while. Not in a good while, but at the moment. So I'm delighted to see Dr. Britt Baker win this one.
I get your thoughts, Jorandi, because Thunder Rosa was actually one of the girls laughing.
Yeah.
I wonder will that now have impact on the next feuds?
Possibly. Like, I think Britt's the right way to go. She's going to carry that women's division. Like, they needed a big name, and she's made herself a star without a title. Like, they always say she's going to make that title, not the title's going to make her. She's already made herself. Like, so whoever she has a match, bring them up to her level, for that pay-per-view or that match, whatever it may be. She has the right person to have that title. They need to build the women's division up, and she can carry them for next year.
Yeah, so they didn't give her the title because she was around for a good while. Let's just give her a break. No, she's shown that she is ready for the title and she's ready for bigger things with it. Because AEW tends to keep someone with a title, give them a title for at least another few months or so. So I can see her matching a Shida over a year, I can imagine. So, but at least for a good while with her with the title.
Yeah, and everybody on AEW now is a heel champion.
Yeah, which is
the chase is better. The chase is always better.
Yeah.
Sting, Darby Allin. What did you make of this match? Very
surprising. I wasn't expecting anything, but Sting was just so good in this.
Yeah.
He actually looked 10 years younger than the last match he had with Rollins.
He has no right to be this good at that age.
Yeah. That dive was insane, like, for his age.
Yeah. Absolutely. Place went crazy for it too.
Yeah, it was. And do you know what? It didn't really hurt the boys as much as I thought it would.
Again, sometimes you can look at older generational talent getting wins over younger talent and thinking, they're burying them. Like, but when Darby Allin's involved, I think in the future he's going to be a future world champion. He has got everything they need. He doesn't need to be a massive muscly monster. Like, he can just everybody will back him.
Yeah. I know that I was joking about like the open door about with WWE, but to be honest, this was better than any of Sting's matches in WWE. Yeah, he said it. I had to air that out. But I'm kind of agreeing. When I saw this match, I was kind of here and there just to see Sting still wrestling at his age. Yeah. But stranger things has happened in the wacky world of professional wrestling. So when I saw Sting, actually wrestling like he was like a good 20 years younger, I was amazed. And I think that what made the match greater was you have something for both the old school wrestling fans and the new school wrestling fans with Darby Allin, and so kind of like you get the satisfaction in both ways.
Darby Allin,
because I feel like
in general,
Darby Allin's kind of having. Damn it, Phil. But Darby Allin's kind of have a similar fan base that Sting once had, so only kind of like made sense for them to tag team. So definitely this match was actually very in my books. So I'm delighted to see Sting still showing what he can do. I can't see him rest another while, but it's good to see the Stinger back. So what I said in my tweet,
we're losing you a bit there, Matt, but we'll go on to Kenny Omega, the triple threat match with Pac and Orange Cassidy. Phil?
Do you know what I'm going to say? This made me a believer in pockets. That's the best thing I can say. It was very good.
Don't deny the power of the pockets now, Phil.
Yeah. Well, I used to hate him, but like that match just shows you how much the fans actually love him. It was outstanding.
Right.
He was brilliant with that.
Yeah. I know the ending was over-confluted like WWE booking, but it still was pretty good.
I was just going to say to Phil, Phil, I love you, but I was actually trying to find my Ray-Ban sunglasses and just put them on throughout this conversation to like show my support for Orange Cassidy. But I personally thought it was a great match. We all knew that maybe Kenny was going to win this one, but like we said before, it was like a great close call match. So seeing Orange Cassidy showing that he's more than a fan favorite is good to see. So hopefully we'll see more of that in the future. So yeah, I thought it was a great match. We knew that Kenny Omega was gonna win because he wants to be the fella in professional wrestling. So I thought it was a good match. Happy out. And Pac as well did a great one as well. So let's not forget to mention Pac in this one as.
What did you think of the segment when he started hitting Pac with all the belts?
I thought it was very WWE-ish.
Was.
I like the ending of it better than a lot of people think, because the roll up on when he had him, when Ting came back in, hit him with the punch and pinned him, the crowd went nuts.
Yeah.
That's where the roll up actually works, because they overdo it sometimes.
Surprise roll up.
Yeah.
Most devastating move.
Yeah. But overall, I'd probably say this first or second best match on it.
Yeah, it was. For a triple threat match, you know, they're not always easy to watch.
Yeah.
Pac
was like.
Pac is Pac. You know, he's going to have a great match, whatever he does. Like,
yeah, he's outstanding.
He's one of those talented. He doesn't seem to have bad matches. Like,
because the feud was just out of nowhere. Like, they just kind of said these guys are fighting.
Yeah.
It was like they stole the 2-year story they told of Pac beating Kenny, and then Pac and Orange Cassidy, and Kenny beating Pac, and then throwing them all together and finishing it off. So I'm not sure if they'll get another title match anytime soon. Like, so I don't know what to do with.
We might see a Pac. We might see a Pac and Pockets feud though, which wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, because a while back on Revolution, when it was Pac versus Orange Cassidy, everyone said that that's one of the best AEW matches, because even though it was a comedy match, it got good response and good pop out of it. So I personally like to see a rival with them too.
Yeah. Finally, the Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle. A match of two halves. Matt, what did you think?
Yeah. I mean, when it came to the Stampede, I thought it was just gonna. To be honest, I was just gonna turn off my brain and just have a good time. But I really enjoyed this one, definitely, because like it is a good callback to the old, you know, starting wrestling in the ring and then work their way backstage, kind of like homage. So I definitely enjoyed it because there wasn't much of a wrestling match; it was more of a brawl, and that's kind of what made it like that much better. It's because they matched their rivalry so well. Especially enjoyed that, you know, it was the mid Carter versus mid Carter, and it was the main guys of MJF versus Chris Jericho, tag teams versus tag teams. Kind of like they're acknowledging which part of the group is like facing each other. So I definitely enjoyed that one. I honestly thought the Pinnacle was going to win this one, mainly because like it'll make MJF. MJF is already a strong heel, but I thought make him even more despisable. The fact that he would brag about that he broke up the Inner Circle, and maybe have Chris Jericho go back to his single run and show that he can still keep going with that circle. But I was delighted with his reach. I think he might say it better than me, to be honest. I'm glad the Inner Circle won. And of course, Sammy Guevara, because I honestly thought Chris Jericho winning.
Yeah. I saw something really cool on Twitter where someone was on about the match. They couldn't have put it a better way. It's almost like it started in like an empty arena, then a load of shit happened, and it ended in the crowd, with the crowd. So it's kind of like a metaphor for the pandemic, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was kind of like
the match wasn't as good as the last one last year.
Yeah, last year's was a comedy match, really. Like,
yeah, the revival and stuff was what they were missing for half this match.
Most of the people were. It was like scene by scene. It was like a movie. They were trying to shoot it like an action movie. Like,
yeah, I didn't like the freezer bit. I thought that was a bit dopey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
with the fake.
I honestly thought it was just going to be Chris Jericho versus MJF and just like Pinnacle and Circle in the background, but no, they actually did make it a group facing each other. Like, so
what do you think of their entrance?
Brilliant, over the top, but
yeah.
I think a lot of people. I'm with a lot of people. I actually thought they actually got stuck in the screen when they were going down. That's my first thought. I was like, oh God, is something gone wrong or what's happening? But I was like, oh wait, they're grand. So I actually honestly thought that was going to go.
It was pre-recorded, so they could have done it a couple of times to get it right.
Yeah.
Like everything up until the bit where Jericho and MJF come into the crowd. Everything else before that was pre-recorded.
Yeah. That would make
Right.
sense. But
But
I
it's
thought
good
the
for
match-
Sammy.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sammy Guevara looking great in it. Like
Yeah. Outstanding.
another young talent, like that they've done for this pay-per-view, that they've done wonders for. Like they're going to push him to
And
the moon. Like.
a lot of people as well are like, why is Sammy getting the win? But like, he's actually the arc of the whole story.
Yeah, absolutely. He was kicked out.
Yeah.
They kicked him out, brought him back.
Yeah. And now he's
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put you on the spot. Do you see Sammy at least going for the TNT title?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think
Eventually,
I think there's a Jericho feud with him as well.
With Sammy and Jericho?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, I all I can think of is the feud with Randy Orton and Triple H, like back in 2004.
Yeah.
Or Triple H getting like jealous. I'm worried. I keep thinking, are they gonna do the similar story with Sammy and Chris? Have the Inner Circle attack Sammy to prove a point? But yeah, when you mention a rivalry with Chris Jericho and Sammy, would be really good. Mentor versus student,
Yeah.
It was amazing at the end though with Judas, everybody singing that songs.
Yeah.
What a way to go to pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I'd say I'd honestly, what would you give this out of 10? I'd say 9 point something.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 is fine. I wouldn't give it a full 10 out of 10, obviously for some small batches here and there, but overall there wasn't a bad match really, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a rebel and just say feck the man anyway. I'm gonna say 8.8 or 8.9.
There you go.
So I'm with you, but then against you at the same time, lads, for this one.
They've
anyway.
delivered now a great show. It's just where they go next is the big thing.
Do you think Double or Nothing will be the WrestleMania they have, every year, that they'll build a big, massive week-long, take over a city and travel different places each year for it and make it a big event?
I think they should, yeah.
Yeah.
The name is it's definitely something.
Do you think they'll be able to sell out a 50,000-seater stadium with it?
Maybe not now, but in a few years it's very possible, yeah.
I mean, all I could think of is the very first pay-per-view of Double or Nothing back in 2019. That was actually the best wrestling pay-per-view of that year. And it was the very first time that really outdid WWE. So definitely they should invest more with Double or Nothing as the pay-per-view, as their WrestleMania of AEW, definitely. So
my big thing with it is I had fun with it, and I wasn't overthinking like I am with a lot of pay-per-views.
Yeah, it was just straight to the point. There wasn't a lot of backstage talking segments. There wasn't a lot of interviews. It was just promo match, and get to the end. But it went on a long time.
We didn't
feel that long.
There's one other thing we didn't mention was like Mark Henry.
Oh yeah.
But to the end.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I was actually very surprised, and I think it's a good move. So he's going to be commentating, and he's going to be a coach. So yeah, all for us.
Well, backstage, look at what Mark Henry's done. He's brought in talent like Bianca Belair and Braun Strowman, and
exactly.
He's a scout. He's been a great scout for WWE, so he can only be a great scout for them.
Like as long as he's not in like matches and stuff and just a coach and whatever, that's it. Like that's the big thing.
When you say commentary, I can imagine him and Big Show just having like a banter with each other on commentary.
I think they're different shows because they're adding another show, Rampage.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're adding a new show, Rampage.
Oh, yeah. I just thought because I would like to see them actually comment because they're so like besides the Royale company of WWE, but I would have been happy. But on AEW, I always thought he was a part of AEW for a while because he was part of the media talking. He's back in AEW in 2019, if anyone remembers that, but kind of surprising to see him on AEW, and delighted they're going to use him well. So definitely.
So we're almost out of time.
Yeah. That's fine, lads. Look, we have a few videos. We have interviews with Eric Bischoff, Miro. We had an interview with him a few days before Double or Nothing. We did some good media picked up that interview. So check it out. Subscribe, like, comment on all our videos. Check out our next few interviews coming up in the next few weeks. Every Sunday night, our weekly roundup podcast premieres live on the Sports Matters YouTube channel.
Perfect.
Matt, Phil, anything closing segments you want to discuss? Anything you want to talk about?
The future is exciting.
I was just going to say, we forgot to mention one thing about the crowd, about Double or Nothing, was AEW was going to try and double the crowd this year. If not, no one was going to be there. So it was Double or Nothing. Not pun. We're going to get that viral right now, lads.
Cool.
I got the full-on support with the team, so let's get